let's get into the paragraph tag. So, as I explained before, we have our P tag, followed by our closing P tag. Let's see what I've written here. P tag defines a paragraph, and we use this tag to wrap paragraphs of text, and it adds a little bit of margin by default to the top and bottom, so you can see the spacing. Now take a look at this area right here when I remove the P tags. Notice how it pushed up a little bit. So right off the bat, if we're just, we just woke up today in 2019 and we're doing coding for the first time and we've never seen anything on the web, you can at least admit that the one good purpose of the P tag is that it kind of separates it from the other ones. For example, take a look at this. Right, so we could add line breaks here to break up the line, but we actually get an added bonus from the P tag. It wraps up our information in something that's understandable to the computer. Hey, this is a paragraph. And it visually displays that information by also moving in a little space, a margin between that one and the other text, which at this point is unmarked up. To illustrate this, we add the P tag. Students often ask me, what is the purpose of a P tag? Couldn't we just put a lot of text in just normally and then manipulate it in other ways? Well, this is one good use case right here. If you want your paragraphs broken up in an identical way, a way that will be consistent, use your P tags to just group this information. And as we get more advanced, you'll see that everything kind of needs a tag. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a P tag, but if you need space and you don't want to add anything else and remember that P tag adds that space, throw it in a P tag. Get the benefit that you need from the tag. The markup is there to help you express your web page the way you want it to. And in this case, if you just need space in the top and bottom, don't add a line break at the top and bottom, just put it in the P tag and it happens automatically. So anyway, for this challenge, we're going to get down here and write down your favorite song and put it inside a P tag. So I'm going to do it here. Now note, an error I've seen many times is that people like to put their code right here in this spot. Do not do that. If you do that, nothing is going to show up on the right hand side because these are HTML comments. So I'm going to say it now with the first challenge, and if you see later on that you're writing your code and it doesn't have the syntax coloring, like it's not this kind of golden yellow, then something's wrong. Okay, so always pay attention to the coloring of the syntax tags and the CSS rules, because it's usually your first hint that something is incorrect. Anyway, why don't we, for good measure, if you see one of these, put it underneath. But if you see one of these HRs, put it underneath. But mostly it should be the last thing on the page. So I always give myself a lot of room before I get to work. Anyway, anything that we do here is going to show up right underneath this line. And the challenge is to write your favorite song. So I'm going to put in mine, not really, but it is a song. And get used to doing this. Write your opening and your closing tag right away. See how I've written it? It's kind of like ready to go. I've primed it. The P tag is there waiting for me to use. And I know that whatever I put in there is going to work because I've already taken the time to write out the tags perfectly. Right? So that's just a tip as you move forward. You could also do it as you go, like this. And content. And then. But my preferred way is to just kind of write them both so I can focus on the content and the coding separately. So now that we have our P tag, I'm going to put in my name of my song. And there it is. Let's just confirm that it's a P tag using developer tools. A bit of an advanced tactic, and we see that our P tag is wrapped in, our song is wrapped in a P tag, and it has the margin on the top and the bottom, just as we expected. We'll get into all this one day, I promise. So that's good. If you have your P tag here, you can move on to the next one.